We're back, folks. We are indeed back. We are back. But before we go to Frank Morano and his clones, I just want to recognize the efforts of our Promise Keeper program director. I call him the great bird of the galaxy, Mr. Brian Goldstein, in creating those commercials.
Yes, sir.
And it really epitomizes what Morano Vision is. We really are almost perfect because, I mean, we're not quite perfect, but we're almost there.
Perfect.
Isn't that right, Reagan Mask? You're perfect. No one else is. Okay. I say it's great to have Reagan Mask back again.
It's a big help.
But folks, we do have Frank Morano and his two clones. Brian and I previously taped this a couple of days ago, and I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing the clones later in the show. But please stay tuned for that right now. Well, it's often been said that the only problem with this show of ours is there's only one Frank Morano. There's only one person who can exercise the duties assigned to the host of this show, and that's me. And there's been no way to duplicate me, so to lighten my workload. That is, until now. As I'm sure many of you folks have been following in the news, the company Clonaid, led by a lovely young lady, a scientist, Brigitte, I'm not sure if is it Brigitte or Brigitte? I think it's Brigitte. She is the head scientist on this. They claim that they've cloned a clone, and it's yet to be proven, so it remains to be seen if that's true. But through the magic of 21st century science combined with the wizardry and wit of Mr. Brian Goldstein, we are actually going to be cloning several Frank Moranos on this very broadcast. All I have to do is snap my fingers and say the magic word, and there'll be another clone Frank Morano. So, the question that's often been asked is the world ready for another Frank Morano? We will soon find out. So, without further ado, yip, 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 yahoo, woohoo, whoop-de-doo, clone-a-roo! And before I should mention that this Frank Morano, there may be a couple of bugs to work out. He may not be as witty, not be as charming, may not be as handsome, his teeth might not be as white, his hair may not be as well groomed, he might not be as well shaven as the original, but I mean, who can blame him? Who knows? So, yip yip, yahoo, woohoo, whoop-de-doo, clone-a-roo! And one other thing I do want to mention, we are not held responsible for any actions the clone does. If he goes, robs banks, or you know, God forbid, commits murder, we will not be held responsible. So, yahoo, yahoo, yip, 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 yahoo, whoop-de-doo, clone-a-roo. And finally, the last thing I do want to mention is that we are broadcast professionals, folks, and we are doing our duty to science and to society. Please, we are doing our duty. Do not try this at home. I cannot stress this enough. To all you youngsters out there who maybe want another clone to do your homework or to do whatever, do not try this at home. Yip, 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 yahoo, whoop-de-doo, clone-a-roo, and... Well, it's great to have you on the show. Well, thank you very much. It's great to be here, and I got to tell you, Frank, it is so great to be in the presence of greatness. I mean, I've watched a lot of television, and, well, actually, I have your memories of watching a lot of television, and it's so great to be on the same stage as you, and I want to thank you for not only having me on the show, but I want to thank you for my existence. I'd like to thank our Promise Keeper program director, Brian Goldstein, for having me on the show and for helping to create me. They say it's dangerous when people play God, but I guess, you know, Brian Goldstein is the closest thing in the television industry to a god. Maybe we should call him Brian Godstein. What do you think of that? I tell you, well, you are... I mean, it's one thing to look at yourself in the mirror, but it's quite another to have you right here in living, breathing flesh. Well, I think this is going great. I really do. Now, tell me, what do you like to be called? Well, I don't know. They call me Cloney. They call me Cloney. Now, Cloney, tell me some of your major influences growing up, being clone in the, you know, the 6 seconds that you've existed so far. Well, some of my influences, I gotta say, I haven't been around very long, you understand? But obviously you, because you're who I'm based on. And, you know, of course I could never replicate the kind of man, the kind of human being you are. I can only emulate. So, you're definitely one of my influences. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on your show. I'm not just saying that because I'm the person who, I'm you essentially, but you really are a true professional, the perfect mix of style, substance, and class. So you are really one of my influences. Other than that, of course, I'm a big Reagan Mask fan. I've been influenced by him quite a bit, but that's really pretty much it. Bob Grant here in New York locally. That's I'd say that's about it. Right. Well, that went so well, folks. As you can see, my handsome companion to the left is he's already a hit with the viewers, a hit with the ladies, and a hit with Reagan Mask, as I'm sure he'll tell us about later in the show. So, what better way to serve mankind, not Twilight Zone style, but Morano Vision style, than to create yet another Frank Morano? Do it with me, Frank. Come on. Okay. We're going to snap our fingers and say the magic word. Ready? Sure. Yip, 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 yahoo, whoop-de-doo, clonaroo, and...
Hey, it's great to be here.
Third time is a charm. There he is. What do you like to be called, my friend?
This is just great.
Call me Clone New. Because I'm new. Clone New. He likes to be called Clone New. So Clone New, tell me, I mean, there's so much talent on this stage right now. It's astounding. It really is incredible. What can we do? I ask both you, Clone E and Clone New, what can we do to show the viewers what three Frank Moranos can do? I think we should fence. Let's fence, man. Let's show the viewers at home who the best sword man or sword Morano is. No, I'm not too crazy about that idea. I tell you the truth, I think we should sing. That's a great idea, Cloney. So we're going to sing, what should we sing? Row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat sounds great. What do you think, Clonu? Row, row, row your boat? Sounds good. That's great. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll start, Cloney, you jump in, and then Clonu, you jump in, and we'll sing a melody. Ready? So I'll start,
I'll jump in,
feel free to play along, you know, sing along right at home with your clones, without your clones, whatever. So I'm going to start, and you jump in, Cloney, and you go ahead, Clonu. Ready? Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Your boat merrily down the stream. Merrily, life is but a dream. Merrily, merrily, life is but a dream. Gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Well, I think that went incredibly well.
That was great.
Let's have a round of applause for these two talented young men sitting next to me.
Than you, Clonu.
All right. Now, Clonu, I want to thank each of you for coming on the program, and maybe you can even sit in and guest host for me one show. What do you think of that, Clonu? I'd love to guest host for you one day, Frank. And, you know, who knows? Maybe if the world's ready for two Frank Moranos, we can have... Clonu Vision one day, or Clone E Vision. Maybe he and I can do a show together, Clone E and Clonu. And Clonu, would you be up for that? Sure. Hey, I mean, it's great to be on. Morano Vision, and maybe one day we'll have Morano Vision. Wonderful. All right, folks, there you have it. Frank Morano, often imitated, but not duplicated. That is, until now. Thank you for watching Morano Vision. Please stay tuned.